Hi guys, so it's a beautiful day here in Mississauga, just west of Toronto. It's a gorgeous day outside and it's October. So I thought that I'd try to get out a suspension yoga video. Lots of you have been asking and waiting very patiently. We've had lots of rain, lots of cold, so here we go. I'm gonna try to get it out. So first video, we're gonna go over the basics. We're gonna go over the apparatus, and then we're gonna do some nice exercises. So let's go, shall we? So first of all, when you get your suspension yoga stuff, you're gonna have three main pieces with fabric. You're gonna have two handles. You have short handles, medium handles, and long handles, and they all have adjuster straps on them. They slide up and down. Okay, we'll get into those when we're going to use them. We're not going to use these today, so we're just going to take them out of the way so that it's not as confusing for you. Then we have our hammock. Okay, our hammock is one big piece of fabric. All of the fabric is usually made of parachute material, and it also has sliders on it, and it is hooked into what we call a daisy chain. The daisy chain is something that's used in rock climbing, as well as the hooks that are called carabiners. So you're going to get used to some rock climbing terms. If you are a rock climber, or at least a little bit of a rock climber, you should hopefully know these terms. So you don't need to be one to hang. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to go ahead and get behind the hammock. Now your hammock is aligned so that when you draw the hands beside you to the hips, and you push down on the hammock comes right across your pubic bone. The pubic bone is that bone that sticks out right there. If you don't know very much about the pubic bone or your pelvis, you should check out my upcoming video on pelvic alignments, and that will hopefully help you learn about your pelvis because, well, you have one, so you should probably know about it and how it can help fix back issues, knee issues, hip issues, even neck issues. So it's all about the pelvis. Let's continue, shall we? So you're going to press it in. Feet are hip width apart, and your knees are soft but straight. So don't push back on the knees. Don't add stress to your knees. You're going to go ahead and you're going to nod the head down, and you're going to roll through as you press the hammock out. And then you're going to curl your tailbone under and roll your spine back up, vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking it all the way up. And as you come up, you're pulling the hammock in, so you're keeping it taut or tight. Okay? Nod the head, roll out. Nice big inhale. Exhale, curl in. Good. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what my spine is doing. So I'm standing up nice and tall. I'm nodding my head, and I'm rolling through. And nice big inhale here to open up through the chest. Exhale. Curl and come back up. Good. Let's do it a few more times. Roll out. Good. And curl in. If you feel that your hands are too close, widen them. Right? It's awesome. You can go as wide as you want with this. Right? If you need a bigger stretch, feel free to take a bigger stretch. Play around a little. See what your body wants to do. See where it can go, and don't force it where it can't. So next, what we're going to do, you're going to go out. Good. And now you're going to just bend the elbows and press. If you have any shoulder issues, be very careful with this. You want to keep the elbows up high. You want to keep the head nice and relaxed and the chin tucked in. Good. Nice big inhale. And press up, curl, come up. Then we're going to go back down again. You're going to cool down. There are a lot of bugs out today. Good. And we're going to go over to one side. And back to center. And you're going to go over to the other side. Good. And back to center. And you can do that a few times. Good. Going over, try to keep your hips facing forward. You can even sort of like really stretch on one side. And then really go over to the other side. And stretch. Good. And slowly go back to center and curl. And come back up. If I'm going too fast for you, or if you'd like to do an exercise more than what I pause the video and then continue when you want. I'd love to do that for like at least 8 or 9 times, but let's move on. So then from here, what you're going to do, you're going to go ahead and have the hammock around the pelvis, same as what we started with. Now, you're going to be stepping forward into it and hinging your hips over the hammock. I'm going to take a different viewpoint once we get into it. It's going to hurt. If you have tight hip flexors, you're putting the hammock right across your hip flexors. So it's going to be a little uncomfortable, sort of the way that, my midwives told me childbirth was going to be uncomfortable. So it's going to hurt, okay? But it's beneficial. So you need to learn how to breathe and relax and try to sink your body into the hammock when you get there, okay? And it might be that you stay down for 5 seconds the first time, and it might be that you can stay down for like 20 seconds next time. Also, word of warning, this is an inversion, okay? We are taking the head below the heart, so if you have high blood pressure, please either do this with somebody who's trained, who knows about high blood pressure, who can help you through it and help safely guide you through it. If it's appropriate for you, talk to your doctor and they'll let you know if it's something that you should or shouldn't be doing, okay? So if you have any questions, you can post below, but please remember, I am not a doctor. I cannot say if this is appropriate for you or not. Let's continue. So we're going to go ahead and wrap the hammock around. I'm going to turn sideways now so you guys can see, and I'm walking away and I'm hinging. See how I'm hinging? So when you bend, it's coming right up in the hips. It is not around my belly, right? It is around my hips. So you come and bring the hands down, you walk the legs back, okay? And then from here, you just hang down. I'm gonna disappear maybe, I don't know. So you go down, you can widen the hands, you can lift the legs and take them on the hammock. Don't lift too high or else you will slide out until you get used to putting your weight into the hammock. So you can hang out, you can move your hips around. And you can come up and you can work on getting really lovely extensions from the back, opening the chest, right? And you can work on lengthening your feet up, not too high, or else, like I said, you're going to fall into your hammock, so just make sure that you don't do that. So you can hang out here, and you can mess around, you can goof around a little. Watch if you decide to come up. If you have low back issues and back extensions are a no-no, please don't do this. It is a back extension. So, but you can come down and take the hands down. And you can breathe. And you can relax your hip flexors. You can release your hip flexors. So keep that in mind. So we're going to go ahead and let the feet come down. Okay. Again, you can pause this at any time. You can start to just hang out for a bit. You might just relax. Lift the legs. Let the knees bend. But we're going to go ahead and come up. And we're going to walk forward. So as we walk forward, okay, you're going to go ahead and walk. It's like the evolution of mankind. You're going from 4 to 2, okay? And then you can go ahead and just take the hammock under the chest and let it just support you and lean into it. I don't know if my face is still red. My face always goes red the second I think about going down. So just let your blood pressure regulate. Take a few breaths. You're supported by the hammock. Just breathe and let it happen. So from here, we're going to go ahead and when you're ready, come back up. And we're going to go ahead and move the hammock behind the shoulder blades. So we're going to take it back. We're going to walk back into it. So you're walking back into it. And then you're going to take your feet nice and wide. So have your arms up to rest first. And you're going to bend one knee. And come up. And you're going to bend the other knee. And come up. And bend. And up. And you can take your arms out. And you can bend. And you can sweep over. So take your time. And you can open up. And then come back to center. You can bend. And sweep. Oh, this is delicious for your spine. And come back up. Good. And do this 4 times. Good. Squeeze and really come back up. From here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our feet together again. Good. Keeping the hammock below the shoulder blades, taking the arms to the same side as where your head is and crossing the hands. You're going to walk down and you're going to drop the tailbone down nice and heavy. So now we're sort of free hanging from our shoulder blades. So now we're getting tons of traction through our low back. We're going to go ahead and curl the pelvis and slowly release back down. Curl the pelvis and slowly release down. Now from here, okay, I'm going to turn sideways for you. You're going to curl and go down. And just you can see that I'm rounding my pelvis and lifting and slowly stopping it back down. Okay? From here, we're going to go ahead and take one of our feet, doesn't matter which one, we're going to do both. I'm going to cross it over. My feet are filthy. It is very muddy out here. And you're going to flex it, and you're going to pull the knee down. Pull, 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 pull. Keep the foot flexed so you protect the ankle. And now from here, you can curl the pelvis and go back down. Same as we were just doing. I'll turn sideways just in case you forget. So crossed over, and I'm going to curl and release down. And curl and release down. Okay? Then you can take that leg out, move it around, go to the other side, pulse the foot, good, and pull the knee down. Nice deep breaths, relaxing. Let the knee come back up and curl the pelvis and drop the tailbone down. Good, nice and relaxed. Feel yourself starting to sink into the hammock. Curl the pelvis and release down. Good. Pressing up, take the foot down. I'm going to go ahead and walk back a little bit. We're going to come into our last exercise. You're going to roll forward and you're going to come forward into it. Still am connected through the whole back, which you can see. I'm going to walk forward. So it's going around. You might need to widen it a little. That's fine. It's going around what we call the head of the humerus. It's the top of the arm bone where it meets into the shoulder. So now you're going to let the arms hang. Tough pose. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to just let yourself go. Let the bum come forward. Okay. Let the head hang. I'm going to turn sideways a bit so you guys can see sort of the angle that I'm at. Not a huge angle. If you go down really far, and I'm not going to take both legs out because it's going to be too aggressive on my shoulders, you're putting too much weight into the shoulders. It's not about that. It's about a tiny, tiny pull. Okay? Just about like this. And let the head go. Let the arms go. Your hands may go numb. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. They'll come back. So just breathe. Play around, you can rock from side to side. Just breathe and relax. This is going to open up. If you're right-handed, you're going to feel a little bit more on the right shoulder. Left-handed, if you're really left-handed, a little bit more on the left shoulder. So don't be too concerned if you feel it more in one than the other. Come back to center. You're going to go ahead and take your weight back onto your feet, and you're going to press and stand up. And then you're going to gently glide the hammock off, and you should feel about 10 feet taller than what you did when you started. And that is a nice, beautiful warm-up series for every single video that I post past this. So please practice those exercises. If you have any questions, any comments, anything at all, comment below, please, and I would love to field any questions that you have. Have a wonderful day. Hopefully your day is like mine. Have fun.